Hello, I'm Scottish Mountain Man and welcome to the Lambing Diaries. I visited my friend Donald to lend a helping hand with his lambing season in the North Highlands. We filmed everything we could for 2 days over the busiest period of lambing, and here is a taste of what's to come. Good morning, welcome to the Lambing Diaries. It's currently stupid o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting the drone ready so we can film some sheep getting moved first thing in the morning. I think I'll introduce the video properly later when I'm a little more awake, so let's go. Alright. Well, here we go. It's time to get the day started, and the first order of business, breakfast. But not for us. We had loaded up the quad bike with a few bags of feed and were travelling around the farm feeding the ewes in each field one at a time. Although I'm not sure how much help I actually was to Donald, as all I did was fly my drone. It's springtime and all of these sheep are heavily pregnant. Some have even given birth overnight. So as we arrive at each group of sheep, Donald opens the gate into the next empty field and moves them before feeding, leaving behind the new lambs and their mothers. This method is called drift lambing. It allows Donald to keep a good track on lambing progress and also gives the grass a chance to grow. The sheep take very little persuading to move when they see those yellow feed bags coming in the morning. And when it comes to sheep table manners, it's first come, first served. The sheep on the farm are split into different groups. Some are mature ewes expecting single lambs, and others are expecting twins. Some fields are kept for the sheep that have already lambed, and one field is dedicated to the gimmers, which are ewes that are lambing for the first time. With scenery like this, checking the farm first thing in the morning is a great way to start the day, but soon it was time for the hard work to begin. Morning, ladies. Do you have a fancy shed like this where you at your house? What's first, boss? Yep. It was now time for us to get to work, sorting the shed. We had been joined by Alistair now, a young lad from the local village that helps Donald on the farm whenever he's not in school. My first job was to change the water in the small pens and feed the sheep some hay. Morning, girls. Yep. Making my way through the main shed, I came across a couple of new additions to the flock. Oh, they're new.
Yep, right. Sort these out.
I quickly freshened up a couple of the smaller holding pens, ready for the new arrivals. Donald grabbed the 2 new lambs and brought them over to receive their first treatment, a shot of probiotics to help their digestive system, and a few sprays of iodine to sterilise the navel. With the maternal hormones of this ewe peaking, she needed no encouragement to join her little ones in the pen, as she pays no attention to us and wanders straight in. Next, it was time to feed the heavies in the larger pens.
Morning, ladies. Come on.
Heavies is a term used by shepherds to describe pregnant ewes, and I'm sure you can figure out why, as these hungry ladies try their best to trample me into the straw. As Donald and Alistair finished up a few odd jobs, I got started cleaning the walkways in the shed. As with any working environment, it always helps workflow and productivity to keep things clean and tidy, especially with any form of animal husbandry. With the sheep in the shed all sorted and the shed itself tidied up, our last port of call for this job was to remove the ewes and the lambs Donald deemed ready for outside life. Cue Alistair the sheep wrangler.
Bit of old-fashioned sheep wrangling.
The sheep were ready to go and we had finally finished in the shed. A busy morning so far, and bear in mind, this was all done before most people are even out of bed. So we felt like it was time for a break.
Good morning and welcome to the Lambing Diaries. I'm here in the far northwest of the Scottish Highlands helping one of my best mates with his lambing season. Speak of the devil. Pretty typical when a shepherd just gets in his car with a lamb. Goes everywhere with it. Am I hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I need coffee.
You need coffee?
Yeah, badly.
Do you need coffee?
Well, I received a barista lesson from Donald, who considers himself quite the coffee aficionado. Alistair began bottle feeding the orphan lambs. Every year there are a few orphan lambs. This is usually because a ewe has had twins but cannot produce enough milk to feed the both of them. So the shepherd will remove a lamb from the ewe and bottle feed it. Even Bran, the Springer Spaniel, helps out at lambing time by providing a top-class babysitting service. As we munched down on our long-anticipated breakfast, Donald made a plan for the next few hours of our day. It's never easy planning a day at lambing time, as inevitably something will crop up that needs urgent attention. With our bellies full and the last of the lambs fed, it was back to work for us, and this meant it was back to the parks. With Donald using drifting lambing techniques, it's important to make sure that you always have empty parks to move your heavies into first thing in the morning. So now we would return to the parks used in the past day or two and move along the ewes with their lambs to a section of the farm kept for the ewes that have already lambed.
It's time to play sheepdog. We need to get these ewes and their lambs into this field over here. Look at that, how well trained are these sheep? They already knew. So Donald's going to go head them off now at the fence. I'll push them right along and through the gate.
Watching Donald manage and organise his flock at this time of year is impressive, as there is a lot of thought that goes into it.
Okay, so my job is to go down the fence and open the gate. go. Now my job is to work as the sheepdog on the bike.
Lambing time can be hectic, so when the going gets tough, being this prepared means you're dealing with organised chaos rather than all-out mayhem. This alone can be the difference between a successful and an unsuccessful lambing season.
Well, that's about 11 in the morning now. We've done a fair bit of work already today, but we're not even halfway done yet. So back to the house, we're going to pick up the trailer, and then I believe we've got some of last year's tup lambs, which are male lambs that have been kept for breeding, I think. But we're going to head up there with the trailer, we're going to pick them up and we're going to tend to them a little bit. So I'm not exactly sure what Donald plans on doing, but I know he says he wants to check their feet. Now obviously in these parks the sheep's condition of feet is very important, it's a big part of their health. So it'll be interesting to see what condition they're in. Exciting afternoon, so catch up with you in a minute.
As we headed to the field of tups, Donald remembered that his portable set of gates that would normally create a pen to drive the tups into were being used by a colleague, and without them we stood little or no chance of successfully gathering these sheep. Tups in particular can be bolshy and stubborn, but so can I. So I insisted we should give it a go. After all, how hard can it really be to corral a few sheep into a trailer?
Just hang on, whoa, just chill. Roy! Come by.
Our first attempt was, well, pathetic. We regrouped and reset for another go. This time, we felt we had the upper hand as the small flock edged ever closer to the trailer.
Come by. Just careful, Finley. You need to give them space to move forward, but not enough space that they're gonna... So, oh, you're doing fine.
Okay. It's close.
As I stood staring at the tups, with their big bodies and brazen attitudes, my thoughts turned to young Alistair. What if one of them were to break in his direction? Could Alistair get hurt or injured? I mean, look at him, he's just a wee thing. Well, I was about to have my questions answered, as one of the biggest brutes of the group decided he was going to make a break for freedom. But, not in Alistair's direction, in mine. I was left looking like the bumbling idiot I am as Alistair made a tackle a front row international rugby player would be proud of.
Oh, we're not going to hold them now though, just keep running at you.
I had learnt my lesson, not to judge a book by its cover. It reminded me of an old saying I had heard a long time ago. It's not about the size of the dog in the fight, it's about the size of the fight in the dog.
Oh, we almost had them there.
Yeah.
We decided to have one last go at getting the tups in the trailer because, well, third time lucky and all that.
God, they're stubborn, aren't they?
Do you want to walk around the back here, Finley?
Do you want me to hang back on the fence, basically?
Just slow pressure, just exactly where I am, about here somewhere. So you want a corner rather than going into the fence. So you want to push them at the corner, but...
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Just a wee bit of pressure, Finley.
Getting close though.
inching closer, come on.
But it seemed our luck had run out for the morning.
They're literally just about to go in there. Did you see that?
And as you can probably tell, I was starting to lose the plot. We abandoned our mission for now. The job would have to wait until we had the gates to use. That's a really nice shot.
Can you get up?
I am pleased to tell you that Donald and Alistair did return with gates just a couple of days later and managed to get all of them into the trailer on the first attempt. Well, that's all for this first episode of the Lyman Diaries. Remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell, or you might miss what's about to come in episode 2.
Stay! Doris, no! Phyllis, stay! I like 2 chains on my fence. Name one.